The final stare down, and now the fight. The ring empties, now just the two fighters and the referee. And 12 rounds of action underway. The feeling was that Parker was likely to start fast. And you heard David Hay suggesting that he might try and target the body of Joe Joyce. Well, we'll see.
I think he'll target that right hand over the top, and he might go downstairs with that jab just to take the attention off that right hand over the top. But Joe Joyce is fairly predictable as he's coming forward, so the start is going to be crucial for both boxers. I think Joyce has got to box with a bit of respect, John, because if he comes forward, he'll walk onto a right hand. Even as an amateur, he was a little bit vulnerable as he was in those early parts of a contest. So he's a little bit vulnerable, Joe, to that right hand. So he's got to watch what he's doing early. For Parker, most certainly jabbing to the body and then whipping that right hand over. He could bring Joyce onto that shot.
Just feeling each other out in these early stages. Joyce, who does have that history of being sometimes a somewhat slow starter, but he's trying to walk Parker down. He's having a little bit of success with that left-hand lead, which is an underrated weapon, I think. It's what did for Daniel Dubois as much as anything, the excellent work which he produced with his left hand. It's good from Parker, varying the attack with the right hand to the body.
Yeah, Joyce will just keep peppering him with that jab, though. Just keeps popping that shot out. It doesn't look much, but as Daniel Dubois found out, you know, it does take its toll in the end if they just keep coming. And that's what Joyce does. Once he establishes a rhythm behind that shot, that's better from Parker. A couple of good punches there. But if Joyce establishes a rhythm behind his jab, then, you know, he can get up on his toes, in and out with the feet, can Joe Joyce. He's done it before. He did it against Dubois.
Well, he got through with the right hand there, Parker, but then forward came Joyce. He just blinked. He has this granite chin, and that surely is going to be a factor. Has Parker got the power to really hurt him? He says that he's punching better than at any stage in his career. Well, it's going to be interesting to see if he can deliver on that promise.
Well, I think he's certainly got the speed as Parker early on in the contest as well. You know, he's going to be at his quickest. Good work to the body there. That's the shot. There's that right hand over the top. That's the one he'll try to bring Joe Joyce onto.
Last few seconds of an interesting opening round. Both of them having moments of success. Parker varying his left-hand lead from head to body. And there we go, 3 minutes over as a bit of an old-fashioned stare from Joe Joyce. What did you reckon, Richie?
I thought Parker did enough to win the first round, to be quite honest.
Well, here's some action from the first 3 minutes. There's that jab of Joyce.
Yeah, nice jab from Joe early in the round. Not a lot in the round at all. A couple of nice shots to the body from Parker during that round also. And maybe just have nicked it. It was either way, it was very close indeed. But Joyce coming forward, that wasn't too bad from him there.
Yeah, not a lot in it though, was it, Richie? I mean, you could make an argument one way or the other. If he's given it Parker, it's only marginally.
Very marginally, yeah.
Those close rounds, though, as we all know, can have a bearing on the outcome. Joyce, who used to be a decent rugby player and an athlete as a youngster before settling on boxing as his sport.
Just missed there with that right hand over the top again, did Parker. This is one of the problems that Parker's going to have. He's landing shots and then going back on the outside, and naturally as a heavyweight, most heavyweights then get a little bit of a break before the next bit of action, but Joyce doesn't allow that to happen. He's on you and he just forces the pace and pressure all the time. That's one of his strengths, and as the contest goes on, he just increases that.
And Parker being forced to eat quite a few jabs at this early stage, but he moves around there well off the ropes and lands a few scoring shots of his own, including a right hand to the body. Oh, a bit of a complaint there from Parker. He thought one was around the back, but there again, good jab from Joyce.
Yeah, just setting the attacks up there is Joyce with that jab, and their strong shots as well downstairs from Joyce.
Good right hand from Parker over the top. That time he did find it, but again, you see Joyce did no more than blink. Joyce, who celebrated his 37th birthday recently.
Well, Parker certainly has done his homework here in terms of when Joyce does try and land some shots coming forward, he then switches downstairs as Joyce, looks here again, works downstairs with the body shots because he knows Joyce is going to hold his feet. But you've got to be effective with those shots, John. You've got to hurt Joyce downstairs.
The two of them landed solid shots in that last exchange. The power of Joyce. He can look cumbersome, but he really does hit hard. Left hand low from Parker, and the referee saying keep him up. Joyce more than a stone heavier. That might be a factor, helping him wear down Parker, possibly so.
Yeah, it's an intelligent approach as well from Joyce. Just setting him up with that jab, just softening him up, and then he'll follow in then with the right hand. So he's not just going boring in there and falling in, working with the jab to measure the distance and gap, and then we'll follow through with the right hand.
Another close round, but Joyce looked as though he was starting to settle into it and maybe did enough, and there's reddening around the left eye of Parker and maybe a little nick there and blood coming from his nose as well, which certainly underlines the fact that Joyce has been finding the target. Andy Lee certainly knowing that has not gone according to plan in the second round.
Yeah, good coaching from Andy Lee, saying that the rounds are close. You've got to finish the round strong to nick the round here and there. He knows what he's talking about, Andy Lee. Good coach.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that Joe Joyce did precisely that. He was getting the eye-catching punches kind of when it mattered. Into the third.
Joyce can't afford to get complacent though, John, here. He's coming forward now. You can just see Parker, he's just waiting for this right hand over the top. You can just see it. So Joyce has got to watch what he's doing. Move off to his right, most certainly, as he's throwing the jab. Look, there it is there, little sign. That's the shot he's looking for. But
he's caught him with a good left hand there, though, Joyce, and working to the body. And for the first time, maybe, Parker really felt the power in that exchange.
Yes, better work from Joyce. Again, the shots downstairs. There it is there. There's that right hand.
And the left as well, but Joyce just keeps on coming. And it's really warming up here in the third. Big punches from both men.
I think Parker's really hurt here. John.
He sinks back onto the ropes, and Joyce is closest of all, and he senses it. Big body shots going in as well, and look at Parker leading forward. He's felt the weight of those.
Yeah, he is, but this is where he could be at his most dangerous with that right hand of his. In desperation, he'll throw it, whip it over. Joyce doing well. It's a good portion of the round from Joyce here, but again, in desperation, Parker is going to throw that shot.
Well, he certainly felt the power of Joyce in those exchanges. And there's a little bit of a... looking for that big right hand again, but the jab not really being thrown with authority by Parker. But a good uppercut.
I think Joyce is boxing quite well here on the outside. He's just peppering him with that jab, but he's not overcommitting coming forward. He knows that Parker's looking for that right hand, so he can't afford to make the mistake of falling in.
Keeping his concentration. And there's only, well, there's a right hand from Parker, but Joyce clearly having the better of this round so far. Can Parker do what Andy Lee said and produce a big showbox sort of performance in the last 30 seconds to really catch the judge's eye?
Well, Joyce is having the better of the round, but he's being patient with it as well.
A couple of big body shots from Parker. Uppercut inside there as well from Parker. The right hand and another fast right hand.
But still, Joyce comes at him. Cracking contest, John, really warming up.
It certainly is. There have been moments of real drama here in this third round. Be interesting to hear what David Hay makes of this one. Big right hand from Parker right on the bell. And look at the Parker contingent celebrating on the other side of the ring. They think that he came through a rocky moment and finished dominant. Let's hear what David Hay thinks.
This is the fight we was all hoping it would be. You know, it looked like a horrible start from Parker. You know, the first round he was okay, second round he let the juggernaut run right through him. He's not establishing his jab, taking way too many punches, but just there at the final of that third round, he was able to land some big blows, and they once again bounced off of Joyce's head. Can he continue to take these world-class punches? It looks like he can at the moment, but you know, the fight just looks like it's warming up right about now.
We've most definitely got a real contest on our hands here. Those are people who said Joyce against Parker, is it really special? I think we're seeing already in what we've seen so far that it most definitely is, and it could get even hotter.
Yes, most certainly. I think both boxers are capable of knocking each other out here. I think Joyce has got the power, and so has Parker. And like I say, when Parker looks like he's struggling, that's when he can produce his hardest shots. So he really came back into that last round, that last 30 seconds or so.
That's how Richie's got it, by just the 1 point, 2 rounds to 1 in Joyce's favour. Parker finished that round well, but he'd been in such trouble earlier in the third round that I don't believe it would have given him enough to have taken it.
It was a strong finish to the round, but
very much.
He was under the cosh, wasn't he, for most of that round, and showing a few signs of breathing heavy. So maybe the early pace is affecting him as well.
Oh, that was a low punch, dear me. Referee Steve Gray let him get away with that one.
There's those little shots again from Joyce. He's not letting Parker, not giving him any time at all.
He's trying to physically intimidate him. He's trying to outpower him and show that he is the big unit in there, and he's not taking a backward step.
Yeah, and again, it's clever boxing on the outside from Joyce. He's not falling in, staying patient. I think he does respect Parker's power. And that's why he keeps measuring the target with that jab before he throws that right hand.
There is another solid right hand from Parker. I'm sure that both camps will think their man is in with a great chance still. There's not been an emphatic move really one way or the other thus far.
Yeah, cautious approach again from Joyce.
That's good from Parker. Nice counters. Oh, great right hand from Parker, but Joyce takes it, and what a chin this man has got.
Yeah,
that landed
it
absolutely flush, and he just blinked.
Yeah, and just keeps coming. And that's going to demoralise Parker. And like I say, when he's on the ropes, when he looks like he's under the cosh a bit, that's when he produces his best work. That right hand over the top again. So Joyce has just got to watch what he's doing. The quality shots there were from Parker.
Well, the power shot most definitely was. That's been the punch of the fight so far, that right hand from Parker. But it was absolutely there for all to see just how well Joe Joyce takes a shot.
Yeah, some good work from both boxers. Joyce earlier on in the round seemed to be establishing a rhythm, getting behind his jab. But towards the end of the round, I think Parker, eye-catching work from him in the corner, whips the right hand over the top. There it was there, belting shot from Joseph Parker, best shot of the round, and produced a couple more towards the end of the round also. That might have been enough to win the round, John, because they're the eye-catching shots. A fairly close round again. But if I had to go either way, I think Parker maybe just nicked it.
Well, in that case, you've got it level. Heading now into the fifth. Absolutely wide open. Two rounds apiece, Richie's got it. Frank Warren there on the far side of the ring, bellowing his advice to the man he effectively manages and also promotes, Joe Joyce.
I think what's important for Joyce, though, here, John, is he sets the pace, and it's got to be a fast tempo, high work rate. I think that will really test Parker, who seems to be boxing in bursts, but then needs a little bit of a breather.
Well, he's blowing, isn't he?
Yeah, and Joyce, you know, I was expecting him to maybe find a second wind, which he probably will, Joseph Parker, but it's important for Joyce to set that pace, high work rate, and really push Parker in terms of his fitness.
A lot of people felt that Parker could take an early lead, could have an early advantage in this fight, and the further it goes, the more the relentless aggression of Joe Joyce could take a toll. It may be that we're seeing that already. Parker enjoying some success with good clean shots.
Oh, that was low.
Not for the first time.
But no complaints from Joe Joyce.
He's not the type, is he?
No. Good body shot there from Joyce. Good right hand. Yeah, Parker certainly felt that. You see Parker again goes on the outside, wants a little bit of a breather. Joyce isn't giving it to him.
Been a few fighters who've done that over the years. I suppose one of those most notably going back a decade or two was Chris Eubank. He used to like to go wandering around the ring, posturing, posing, and it gave him a chance to take a breather. And Parker looking maybe to, as Richie saying, maybe to fight in bursts. Here comes Joyce again, backing him into the corner. It's good from Parker.
See again, Parker, just the odd shot here and there. In between, volume of punches are certainly from Joyce. And the body language not good from Parker again, looks tired.
No, he does. He's used to going the distance, Parker. He's gone 12 rounds on 9 occasions, but Joe Joyce, well, he looks good, doesn't he? And may have won that round.
Yeah, for me, I think Joyce coming forward has taken that one.
Ismail Salas running the corner. And one or two calm words from Jimmy Tibbs as well.
Yeah. I think the body shots are taking their toll, though, John, to be quite honest, also from Joe Joyce, having an effect on Parker.
So we're going to the 6th round. And on Rich's card, Joe Joyce is edging it.
Oh, he started this round well as Joyce, couple of good shots upstairs, and then he switches the attack. That's what he does, Joe Joyce. If he catches you to the head, then he goes downstairs with those body shots.
Oh, and he's hurting with those body shots and switches beautifully with a left hook to the head. Good boxing skills from Joyce. Parker with a lot of experience and a former champion, but he's on the receiving end now.
He is, but this is where he can be dangerous, Parker. Joyce got to watch what he's doing. It's all Joyce at this stage. But we've seen before Parker in desperation with that right hand, whips it over. There it is there, look, right on cue. Still dangerous.
Great opening to the round, though, from Joyce. And is Parker going to be able to rally?
I'll tell you what, John, I think Parker's shown he's got a good chin also here. You can see, you know, he's been a former world champion. So he has a good chin himself. He's on the receiving end here. This is good from Joyce.
Joyce relentless, coming forward, landing more punches and landing the harder punches, maybe.
Yeah, and there's Parker again with that shot. It's all about... this is, I think, an intelligent display at this stage from Joyce. Just staying on the outside, not falling in. He's being patient. He knows he's in against, you know, a former world champion, a quality fighter here in Parker.
A couple of decent right-hand counters from Parker. Just when you think he's looking tired and that Joyce is going to really establish a dominance, just a couple of reminders that he's still very much in it.
Yeah, it's about not being greedy for Joyce, but that's a super little right uppercut on the inside from Joyce.
And he still keeps ploughing forward.
Big round this is for Joyce, John. This has been his best round up to now by far. Up to now, anyway.
But can Parker find something special in the last 40 seconds or so? Joyce looking physically the stronger man.
Couple of good shots there from Parker, but gets caught on the inside with a short right uppercut, and then you see him just walk back to the corner. That was a good shot there from Joyce. Little short right uppercut that did the damage there.
Last few seconds of the 6th round, which has been a big round for Joe Joyce. We'll hear from David Hay between rounds, see how he's reading it. And that was an emphatic and dominant 3 minutes from Joe Joyce. Let's hear from David Hay.
Joe Joyce is fighting the perfect fight. Ismail Salas giving him great instructions in the corner. You're saying jab him everywhere. The jab has been the key for Joyce tonight. He's literally broken Parker's heart. It got to a point in that last round, in round 6, where Parker was landing clean on the target, but you could see the visible lack of power. He's punched himself out. He doesn't look like he has the firepower anymore to keep the juggernaut off of him. This is, and I've seen Joyce do this so many times, he's just warming up. He's got so much more energy in the tank. He could do another 12 rounds just at this pace. One thing we definitely know is Parker is really, really struggling, and he's going to need to do something very, very significant. A massive shot from other. Everything's bouncing off Joyce's head. It's crazy.
Thank you, David. And there's how Rich has got it, by a couple of points at the halfway point in favour of Joe Joyce for this vacant WBO interim world title. That's good from Parker, good right hand.
Oh, good shots from both boxers, but Parker there landed the better, cleaner head shots, but takes a big left up to the body also. Two tough men in there, John.
Absolutely. And quality from both sides. Parker, though, is going to have to dig in and he's going to have to stay with Joyce as Joyce just keeps on coming. Joyce not committing, making Parker miss by a distance with that attempted right uppercut. No real clean shots from either in that exchange. That's a good jab from Joyce, followed by the right cross. Parker forced to give a bit of ground, and again the heavier man leaning on.
Yeah, and better work from Joyce. I mean, they've both caught each other with big shots, but you can clearly see that Parker is the one that's struggling from these punches. Seems to be getting weaker, but then comes back with a couple of good shots of his own. Deceiving sort of boxer is Joe Parker. Looks to be very tired, and then he can spring into action with that right hand over the top, followed by the left hook to the body. There's that right hand there again.
Both of them in here at career heaviest weight. Parker, who's been training up in Morecambe with Tyson Fury among others, and that's a good little spell for Joe Joyce again.
Yeah, taking a few more risks now, Joe Joyce. He's getting closer. More bent arm shots on the ropes. So he's there to be hit himself. But with the bent arm shots, obviously, he's the power shots, the power in the hooks. That's why he's taking those risks to land those bigger punches. Oh, big shot from Joyce.
Good right hand. And Parker looking a little bit nonplussed by that, sinking back to the ropes. And Joyce not going charging in, but it's good, educated pressure. Back comes Parker.
Yeah, and he's cut, bad cut on the right eye for Parker, but left hooks coming in from Joyce.
Joyce will have seen that injury, of course, and he now is trying to really finish this one in style in the 7th. His corner urging him forward. And the bell comes not a moment too soon for Joseph Parker, as they have to work away now on that damaged right eye. Not good.
No, not good at all. I think it was a left hook that started it all off, John. Then it was a right hand over the top. But a tremendous round there.
Stephen Gray indicated to me, confirming that was caused by a punch.
A punch, yeah. Let's have a look here. There was the left hook. The left hook that I think started the damage, and then the right hand comes over. There it is there. What a shot that was, just skimming the target. And that's what we think has caused the cut.
Oh,
yeah,
pretty
there's
sure.
The blood. There's
pretty
the blood
sure.
that comes down the side of the face. Good round for Joyce.
So Joyce going further ahead, we reckon.
This isn't over though, John, by far.
Well, they've not been able to stop the bleeding. There's still blood trickling down from that injured eye, and Joyce going looking for him straight away, trying to aggravate that.
Yeah, straight shots again from Joyce. He's got Parker in that corner. There's the body shots that he follows up with. Again, it's so difficult to keep him at bay. Just keeps coming forward, Joe Joyce. Now he's really into his rhythm here.
And he is one formidable heavyweight. Parker looking disorganised now.
Yeah, weaker and weaker now he's getting. But with that will come that desperation again with that right hand over. So the contest is far from over yet. Joe Joyce just got to keep going. And can Joseph Parker produce that knockout shot?
Well, it may well be that it's going to have to be something like that, because it's hard to see that he's going to be able to dominate Joyce sufficiently from here on in to take a points decision. He's going to have to find something spectacular. Joyce again working away from range behind those straight shots.
Yep, straight jabs, just measuring that target. Keeping that distance.
He's being told not to drag Parker down from behind the head. Good left hand in there from Parker, but look at that. Terrific right hand from Joyce.
Yeah, really going for it now is Joyce, feeling that he can get a stoppage here. He'll be the first man to do that against Joseph Parker. Relentless pressure from Joyce.
Great heart from Parker, though, coming back, landed a solid left hand and then a right hand of his own, but Joyce will not take a backward step. For the second time, he's told about dragging his man down.
Oh, that was a big shot as well downstairs there from Joyce.
Parker felt the weight of that and just sank back onto the ropes. The relentlessness of the juggernaut being shown here in the 8th round. Parker trying to battle back.
He's showing some bottle here, is Parker.
Absolutely.
He really is. He's been hurt several times in this round with big punches, and he's still there right to the very end of this round.
Terrific round that was. We'll go back to Joe Joyce's corner. Meanwhile, there's going to be some urgent work on that cut. Well, the referee's concerned about that cut. He went and had a look at it in the corner and tried to make sure that everything being done to sort it out was legitimate. And Joyce, on our card anyway, is now with a significant lead in this fight.
Most definitely, I think Joyce is well ahead now.
There's how Richie's got it by 4 points. And I'd concur with that.
Well, I think so. Parker just really struggling to keep Joe Joyce off him. Again, Joyce working very well behind the jab.
Which is what Ismail Salas was saying again. Work behind the jab, box him, and then let your punches go.
I mean, there's some quality work from Joe Parker, but he's just being outworked, basically. I mean, that's a terrific shot. Yeah, brilliant.
Lovely uppercut from Parker, but look at this for a response from Joe Joyce. Terrific. He took an absolute peach of a punch and then returned it with interest.
Yeah, unbelievable that was. It was a great shot from Parker. But back comes Joyce.
A lot of blood around. It's splattering across our commentary position here. Another trip to the dry cleaners.
About time with that suit you got on, Joe.
Right hand from Joyce, the final telling blow of that exchange after a couple of decent body shots from Parker, who's putting a big effort in here in the 9th.
Yeah, I think the pace has just slowed slightly, hasn't it? And that's just given Parker a little bit of breathing space. And he's just trying to get back into this contest. This is a slower round, but it's actually suiting him, and that's better work again from Parker.
Joyce pretty much unmarked. Parker corner urging their man forward, urging still greater levels of commitment.
Looks absolutely exhausted, Joe Parker.
He's
Joyce
almost staggering into range, isn't he, to deliver his punches, but such heart.
Yes, oh, absolutely. Bottle and heart in abundance for Joe Parker.
But how much more has he got left? Another solid right hand from Parker, which Joyce takes with comfort and comes ploughing forward in the last 10 seconds of the round. Massive effort from Joseph Parker in this round.
Had a better round, hasn't he?
And he may have won that one.
Better round.
Some terrific work from both men in that round.
Yeah, that was the best shot of the round for me, was that right uppercut. But Joe Joyce then responded with a couple of good shots that pinned Joe Parker onto the ropes. That one's a little bit low there from Joyce, but he's probably returned the compliment there, because Joe Parker's landed some low shots as well in this contest. So, but it's a great fight, John.
Did you give that last round to Parker?
Yeah, I thought Parker did enough to win it.
But if that card's right, Parker's got to take all 3 rounds from here.
Well, that's on my card. You know, the judges might see it differently, but I think overall it's been Joe Joyce that's been the more dominant here.
Parker's stamina really being tested. And he's trying to push Joyce back. He's trying to be the one seeming to be the aggressor, getting on the front foot.
Yeah, he's deceiving, isn't he? We spoke about it earlier, Parker. He looks out on his feet, and then, you know, he produces a bit of speed and power with that right hand. Look here again, he's got fast hands as Joseph Parker.
And he's had to work with that injured right eye since the 6th round.
Heads rubbing there as well.
Referee warning them to watch the heads. An interesting atmosphere on that far side of the ring. Tyson Fury cheering on Joseph Parker right alongside him. Frank Warren shouting advice to Joe Joyce.
Yeah.
Joyce, that swinging right hand, it was only a glancing blow.
I think they're both feeling the pace now, John. I think Joe Joyce's work is a little bit more ragged.
Not a surprise, is it?
Yeah,
I mean, goodness me, this has been some intensity of combat.
We're just peppering away again, Joyce.
Right hand from Parker, you could see Joyce swaying with it, partially slipping the shot. Good body shot from Joyce. Parker trying to explode off the ropes, but can't find the target cleanly.
See, that punch didn't hit clean. He put a lot of effort into that shot.
It was on his shoulder, wasn't it?
Yeah, a lot of effort. And then just needs a bit of a breather. But again, Joyce not giving it to him, not allowing him to have that breather.
That's good from Parker, doubling up with that left hand. Last 10 seconds of this 10th round. Oh, good work from Parker. 2 solid left hands, and that's the eye-catching finish to the round that Andy Lee's been looking for.
But was it enough to win the round? That's the big question.
I thought it was Joyce's round, and then that eye-catching finish. Really difficult one to score, that one, Richie.
Yeah, tough round. Could have gone either way. Joyce for most part of it, but the eye-catching stuff at the end, so who knows.
Well, they think that Joseph Parker won that round, and we've still got Joyce ahead at ringside. Six minutes to go.
Oh, big shots here from Joe Joyce.
He's the one delivering. There was a right hand there which rocked back Parker's head, and he's coming on strong here, the Londoner.
Oh, big left hook there from Joyce also, John.
Parker has shown immense heart staying in this to this point. I think a lot of fighters would have crumbled under this onslaught.
Parker had a great 20 or 30 seconds in that last round, and Joyce has responded.
Oh, he's gone.
What a shot.
He's gone, the left hand from Joyce. And is he going to get up? I'm not sure he is. The count's at 7, 8, 9, and he's counted out. It's all over. Joe Joyce by knockout in the 11th round. What a contest we've seen, and what a performance from Joe Joyce. Great shot, finishing it emphatically. Joseph Parker gave everything. He had moments when he looked as though he was destined to win this fight, but in the end, the juggernaut just kept on coming and found a massive shot to finish it in round 11.
What a performance that was from Joe Joyce overall, a dominant display, and probably the icing on the cake there, the way he finished that contest off.